You're a kind-hearted person, but it's crucial to recognize that not everyone shares your kind nature. While it's natural to hope for the best in others and believe the world can become better, the harsh reality is that if we're not careful, we risk getting hurt. Malicious people exist in the world, and sooner or later they'll cross your path. It's essential to be alert to the signs and steer clear of such individuals before they cause harm. You've likely encountered someone truly cruel, someone who hurts others without any guilt and exploits the weaknesses of those around them. Often, these behaviors are so subtle that we don't realize we're dealing with a harmful person until it's too late. So let's explore the signs that indicate you may be dealing with someone toxic. You may have noticed some people who constantly make you feel guilty about everything or act kind in your presence, but talk badly behind your back. Be prepared, because these toxic individuals aren't always strangers. They can even be people within your own family. Family is undoubtedly a blessing, but sometimes certain members might lean into the darker side of their personalities, turning interactions into a source of stress or hurt. In this article, I'll highlight 9 or rather 10 signs that indicate someone in your life may be toxic and what you can do when these people cross your path. Before we dive into the first sign, consider this important life lesson. Some people want to see you do well, but never better than them. As harsh as this reality may be, it is something worth remembering. Now let's go into the first sign. Sign 1. Taking pleasure in others' pain. Toxic people often take pleasure in watching others suffer. If you know someone who smiles, laughs, or seems to enjoy others' hardships, this is a clear red flag. This behavior shows a complete lack of empathy, and it can lead to situations where they intentionally create harm just for their own amusement. Picture this. A co-worker sees you overwhelmed at work, and instead of offering help or support, they laugh at your struggle. Or imagine a so-called friend who, upon hearing about your personal problems, cracks jokes rather than offering a helping hand or a shoulder to lean on. These behaviors are not just insensitive, they reveal a deeply cruel nature. Some toxic individuals may even go out of their way to gossip or create conflicts, just to watch the ensuing drama unfold. The chaos gives them a sense of control, and they revel in the emotional turmoil of others. If you encounter someone like this, it's crucial to recognize the signs early and take steps to distance yourself. Protecting your emotional health and well-being should be your top priority in such situations. Sign 2. Obsessive control over your life. One of the most telling signs of a toxic person is their obsessive need to control everything around them, including you. These individuals feel powerless and anxious when they're not in complete control of every aspect of their lives and yours. Toxic people manipulate situations, relationships, and even emotions to ensure things go exactly their way. If things don't, they'll abuse power and use manipulation tactics to regain control. Think of a boss who micromanages every detail of your work, not because they want to help you improve, but because they can't bear the idea of not having complete control. Or consider a friend who always insists on deciding where to go, what to do, and who to do it with, without ever considering your input. This level of controlling behavior is suffocating and can be dangerous over time. In personal relationships, these individuals can become even more manipulative. Picture a romantic partner who constantly monitors your whereabouts, not out of love or concern, but because they feel a compulsive need to dominate your life. They may use emotional blackmail or set rigid rules designed to make you feel trapped. These people can erode your sense of independence, making you feel powerless in your own life. Recognizing this behavior and setting boundaries is essential to regaining control over your own decisions and well-being. Sign 3. Feeling unsettled or drained around them. Have you ever been around someone who made you feel inexplicably anxious, tired, or just plain uncomfortable? That's one of the clearest signs you're dealing with a toxic person. Even if they aren't outwardly hostile, your body and mind can pick up on their negative energy or malicious intentions. You may not be able to pinpoint exactly what's wrong, but you feel drained every time you interact with them. Imagine attending a family gathering where everyone is enjoying themselves, but there's one person who always makes you feel uneasy. No matter what they say or do, their mere presence leaves you feeling tense. Or think about a co-worker who, every time they approach your desk, makes you feel anxious and unsettled. Even if they haven't done anything overtly harmful, your instinct is telling you something is off. These feelings shouldn't be ignored. Our instincts often pick up on things that our conscious mind may not yet understand. If someone consistently makes you feel uncomfortable, exhausted, or mentally drained, take it as a warning that they may not have good intentions. Paying attention to these feelings can help you avoid harmful situations and preserve your inner peace. Sign 4. Refusal to take responsibility for their actions. Toxic people rarely, if ever, take responsibility for their actions. When things go wrong, their default reaction is to shift the blame onto someone else and play the victim. They're skilled at deflecting accountability and making others feel responsible for their mistakes. Instead of owning up to their errors, they twist the situation to make you feel like you're the one at fault. Imagine a co-worker who makes a significant mistake on a project, but instead of admitting their fault, they immediately blame everyone else on the team. They create a toxic work environment by refusing to take accountability and making you feel unfairly blamed. Or think about a friend who constantly gets into trouble, but every time it happens, they find a way to pin the responsibility on someone else. Whether it's being late for an appointment or failing in a personal project, they always have an excuse that makes them seem like the victim. Toxic individuals are also experts at making you feel guilty for their mistakes. Over time, this kind of manipulation can erode your self-esteem, leaving you feeling like you're always at fault. Recognizing this behavior is crucial. If you find yourself constantly apologizing for things that aren't your responsibility, it's time to reassess the relationship. Distance yourself from these individuals to protect your mental and emotional health. Sign 5. Chronic lying and dishonesty. Dishonesty is a hallmark of toxic individuals. They lie constantly, sometimes for personal gain, sometimes for fun, and often to manipulate others. The lies may start small, but over time they can cause serious damage to your trust and relationship with that person. Toxic individuals don't value your trust or friendship. They prioritize their own interests above all else. Picture a co-worker who constantly makes up stories about their achievements at work, exaggerating or even fabricating facts to stand out. Or imagine a friend who lies about why they couldn't attend your event, only for you to find out later that they were at another social gathering having fun. These lies are more than just dishonest. They show a complete lack of respect for you. Toxic people frequently use lies to manipulate situations and people. For instance, a partner may lie about their feelings or intentions to keep you under their control. Or a colleague might spread misinformation to create conflicts among co-workers. Over time, these small lies can erode trust and destroy relationships. If someone is constantly lying to you, even about trivial matters, it's a sign they don't respect you or your relationship. Recognizing and confronting dishonesty is key to maintaining healthy relationships built on trust. Sign 6. Lack of remorse. One of the most dangerous traits of a toxic person is their complete lack of remorse. These individuals do not feel guilty about the harm they cause to others. If confronted about their actions, they'll manipulate the situation to make you doubt your own perception of reality. Instead of apologizing or showing regret, they'll twist things to make it seem like you're overreacting or being too sensitive. Imagine a colleague who takes credit for your work. When you confront them, instead of apologizing, they justify their actions by claiming you wouldn't have succeeded without their help. Or think about a friend who makes hurtful comments, but when you try to address how their words affect you, they laugh and suggest that you're being too emotional. This kind of behavior shows a lack of empathy and an unwillingness to take responsibility for their actions. Toxic people are masters at turning the situation around. If you point out their harmful behavior, they quickly become the victim, making you feel guilty for bringing up the issue in the first place. This emotional manipulation is a clear sign that the person has no true remorse for what they do. Recognizing the absence of remorse is crucial for protecting your emotional well-being. People who don't feel guilt for their actions will continue to repeat their harmful behaviors without facing any real consequences. Sign 7. Open cruelty. Some toxic people don't hide their cruelty. They're open about it. These individuals can be verbally or physically aggressive, delighting in others' suffering. The lack of empathy and the ability to intentionally inflict pain are clear signs of a deeply cruel person. Imagine a co-worker who makes malicious or humiliating comments during a meeting, not to offer constructive criticism, but to demoralize you. Or think about a friend who knows your insecurities and mocks you for them, enjoying your discomfort. These people destroy morale, create a toxic environment, and take pleasure in seeing others struggle. Open cruelty can also manifest in more extreme forms, such as physical or emotional abuse. A romantic partner who regularly insults you or physically harms you is displaying clear cruelty. Their intention is to control and hurt you, showing a complete disregard for your dignity and well-being. Recognizing cruelty in someone is essential to protect your emotional and physical integrity. If someone is being cruel, it's important to set clear boundaries and distance yourself from them. Your safety and peace of mind are worth far more than staying in a toxic relationship. Sign 8. Warnings from friends and family. If your loved ones are warning you about someone's character, it's important to listen. Your friends and family care about your well-being and may have noticed harmful behaviors that you've missed. Their external and impartial perspective can be incredibly valuable, especially when you're emotionally involved with a person who may be toxic. Imagine you've started dating someone new, and soon after, your closest friends and family members express concern. They mention that this person has a history of manipulation and disrespect in previous relationships. Or picture starting a new job and your co-workers quickly warn you about a supervisor who creates a tense and demotivating work environment. These warnings are not idle gossip. They're based on real experiences and can save you from a lot of pain in the future. It's easy to ignore or minimize these warnings, especially if the toxic person is treating you well in the moment. However, recognizing and considering these concerns can save you from significant trouble down the road. If several people are warning you about the same individual, take it seriously. Trust that your loved ones have your best interests at heart and take their advice to protect yourself from potential harm. Sign 9. Contempt. Contempt is one of the most damaging forms of emotional manipulation. Toxic people will use contempt to make you feel inferior, often criticizing your appearance, interests, dreams, and self-worth. Their goal is to undermine your self-confidence, making you doubt your value. Imagine a romantic partner who constantly criticizes your appearance, pointing out flaws as if they were unforgivable. They may say things like, "You could be more attractive if you tried harder," or "Why don't you dress better?" These comments aren't constructive, they're cruel. They're designed to make you feel small and dependent on their validation. A toxic friend may also use contempt to belittle your passions and dreams. They might mock your career goals, laugh at your hobbies, or downplay your achievements. Over time, this behavior can make you question whether your dreams are worth pursuing at all. Contempt weakens your self-esteem, making you more vulnerable to further manipulation. Don't let toxic people shape your self-image. You are valuable and deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. If someone is constantly belittling you or making you feel unworthy, it's time to distance yourself from them. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and encourage your growth. Sign 10. Cruelty towards animals. Cruelty towards animals is often a glaring sign of a toxic person's character. If someone is abusive or neglectful toward animals, it reveals a deep lack of empathy and emotional control. This behavior shouldn't be ignored, as it often extends to how they treat people as well. Imagine a neighbor who constantly yells at and hits their dog for no reason. Their actions cause unnecessary suffering to the animal and reveal a cold, detached attitude toward life. Or think about someone who keeps their pets in deplorable conditions, neglecting their health, hygiene, and well-being. This level of disregard for the life and comfort of a helpless animal is a clear indicator of a toxic character. Studies have shown that cruelty towards animals is often linked to violent behaviors against humans. It's important to recognize these signs and consider the impact of being around someone with such traits. While it can be hard to distance yourself from someone you respect or love, your safety and well-being must come first. If you suspect someone is being cruel to animals, consider distancing yourself and, if possible, report the behavior to the appropriate authorities to protect the animals and prevent further harm. In conclusion, these signs can help you identify toxic individuals in your life. If you notice these behaviors in someone, whether it's a friend, family member, co-worker, or partner, it's crucial to take steps to protect yourself. Setting boundaries, distancing yourself, and seeking support are all essential in maintaining your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. You deserve to be surrounded by people who support, uplift, and respect you. Don't let toxic individuals diminish your self-worth or control your life. Be mindful of these signs, trust your instincts, and take action to safeguard your peace and happiness. If you found these insights valuable, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more wisdom and life lessons. Let's continue to grow wiser together and protect our well-being by recognizing toxic behaviors. Stay mindful, stay empowered, and until next time.